brother Pradeep.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. The meeting is about to start.
Fantastic.
How are you doing this? How are you doing this morning?
Good.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, fine, thank you.
We are doing
How was
fantastic.
your week? Hope you had a wonderful week.
Yes, so
Yes.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Hectic. Good morning, my brother Pradeep.
good morning. Good morning.
Who is sharing my brother with me?
TM Susan.
Please, I don't share. Oh. I don't share.
All right. Without further ado, we will start the meeting in earnest. So to kick off the meeting, we take the Toastmaster promise, which I'll be sharing my screen in 1 minute, in 10 seconds. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Go ahead, please.
So we can go ahead and say the Toastmasters promise. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meetings assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain positive, friendly environments necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so that they can see the benefit of Toastmasters membership offer, to adhere to guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, to act within the Toastmaster core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. And the popular palace is to say, so help me God. So to kick off the meeting, as usual, we call on the Toastmasters president for Lighthouse Club in person of TM Salif. I don't have his profile for me to read. But in the meantime, Toastmaster Salif is a professional in oil and gas sector, if I can really remember, because I don't have his profile. There's something that's supposed to take this out, so I don't have his profile. But Toastmaster Salif, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Sorry for the mix-up. So you can take over now.
Not a problem. Have you transferred the command?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine now.
Thank you.
You can. It's fine.
Thank you. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good
It
morning.
is with great delight that I welcome you to this meeting. It is with great delight that I welcome you to this special Lighthouse and Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters meeting themed Keep Talking. I have no doubt in my mind that you are going to have a great session today. A basic characteristic of every human being is the ability to talk, the right of expression. We talk all the time. We talk at home, at our workplace, everywhere. Our whole life is inextricably bound up with talking, and we'll talk and talk so long as we've got mouths and tongues in them. It's cheap, but it can't be bought. So at Toastmasters, we learn how to say clearly, communicate our thoughts effectively, and make whatever we say count. The issue is some of us achieve a particular milestone and we become complacent. Some of us take a break after pitches. Some of us attain a competent communicator or distinguished Toastmaster status, and we stop talking. Do you want to be a better speaker? The secret is to keep talking. Don't stay on the sidelines in meetings. Volunteer to play roles, speak at table topic sections, or prepare your speech projects and deliver them. Great speakers never stop talking, never stop trying to improve. A great pianist, Arthur Rubinstein, said that if he missed a day of practice, he noticed it in the quality of his performance. If he missed 2 days, the critics noticed. And if he missed 3 days, the audience noticed. Whatever it is you do, you can be better at it if you keep on learning, if you keep on practicing. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep talking. This meeting today provides us another opportunity to talk. It's a special day because we're having our change of guard ceremony. It is the occasion when we usher in new club officers for the next Toastmasters year. To anchor this meeting is a veteran Toastmaster. She is the family bond nurse. She has worked with individuals, families, professionals, and organizations in the area of human relational interactions. She loves to watch mind rewiring documentaries, listening to soul music, and meeting new people. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, please join me as we welcome to the virtual lectern, TM Julie Mogbo, our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you very much, TM Salif. It is indeed a great honor to be the Toastmaster of the Change of God meeting. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for those joining us from any part of the world. Welcome, Toastmasters and guests, to this great event that is the Change of God meeting. It would have been a ceremony, but we are not having a physical meeting. So we just call it a Change of God meeting. I got a call about 3 days ago to take up the role of the Toastmaster of today. Immediately, I looked at my table. I saw the load of work that I had to do and the appointments lined up for today. And the thought to decline that request was dancing in my mind. And just as I was thinking of saying no, then I heard a voice, the voice of someone that I hold dear to my heart, someone who was taken away from us by the chariots of heaven about past 8 a.m. on the 6th of this month. He told me 2 years ago, Julie, I want you to take as many Toastmasters roles as possible. So while I was considering declining that request, I heard his voice. And then I told Toastmaster IG, very well, I'm going to take that role. And here am I today, making up my mind not to be complacent with what I have achieved, but to be more resolute in talking about values, integrity, respect, and things that would help humanity improve. The meeting of today is such that cannot be successful if we do not work as a team. And I will not be piloting this plane alone. I have a great team that would do this alongside with me. The first on my list is the timekeeper and the accountant, who is an architect who joined Lighthouse Toastmasters in April 2020. She loves dancing and shopping. She is Toastmaster Folashayo Omisore. Please, let's hear your role. A round of applause, Toastmaster Folashayo Omisore. Is TM Folashayo here?
She is, but I think her screen is frozen. We just lost her.
Okay.
I think you can skip to the next.
So let's get on to the grammarian and the listening evaluator. To take this is a Toastmaster who joined the club in 2015. She is a dressmaker who loves reading and mirror talking. TM Ayotola Olarinwaju. Please, a round of applause as she educates us on her role. TM Ayotola. Is that screen frozen too?
No, it's not. I can see her. I can see her mic is on, not muted, but I don't know why. TM Ayo. Wow. They seem to be running to you.
Perhaps it's the network. May we proceed to... May we proceed?
I can. So what can I fill in for the timekeeper?
Please do. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon. Oh, okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I'm going to be I will temporarily be your timekeeper for today. And my role entails ensuring that you speak on time. I'll be sharing with you 3 cards that you have to use. The first, okay, Dami is coming back. Sorry, 1 second. So as the timekeeper for today, it's my role to ensure that you speak within the time you are allotted. For the table topics, you have just 2 minutes to speak. Once it is 1 minute, I'm going to share the green card. Like this. Once it is 2 minutes, once the 1 minute 30 seconds, I would share the yellow card. Once it is 2 minutes, I'm going to share the red card. After 2 minutes, you have just 30 seconds to round up your speech. Now for the prepared speakers, you have also 4 to 6 minutes. Once it is 4 minutes, I'll share the green card. Once it is 5 minutes, I'll share the yellow card. Once it is 6 minutes, I will share the red card. I will also be your eye counter for today. And the role of the eye counter is to ensure that you minimize as much as possible the use of pause fillers. So when you're giving speeches, instead of using words like to fill in those gaps, just try as much as possible to pause, then continue your speech. So at the end of the meeting, I'll give my report to the club. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, TM Rotimi. You have just displayed the true spirit of a Toastmaster, ever ready to take up an assignment. I believe we have TM Olarinwaju ready to take up give us information about her role as a grammarian and listening evaluator.
Okay, so my role as the grammarian is basically to monitor the use of grammar throughout the meeting. So I'll be paying close attention to every speaker, those playing roles and those giving speeches. And I'll be noting good usage of words and incorrect use as well. Also, as the grammarian, my role is to introduce the word of the day. The purpose of the word of the day is to help us expand our vocabulary and not just keep remixing the regular words we use. And the word for today's meeting is complacent. Toastmaster Rotimi, could you kindly share that on your, thank you very much. Complacent. And it means showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievement. And in a sentence, it could be used as you can't afford to be complacent about security. So I'd encourage everyone to use this word as often as possible in your sentences. I mean, don't get complacent when you use it just once and say, okay, the grammarians should just be fine with that. I want to encourage you to use it as often as possible so it gets into the system. And as a listening evaluator, my duty is to also listen. I mean, just listen and take note of some things that go on in the meeting. Now, this is why, I mean, a bunch of people, almost everyone, when you join Toastmasters and you're asked, why did you become a Toastmaster? You probably say to become a better speaker, right? But to be a better speaker, you have to be a good listener as well. So this is to test our listening skills. I'd be taking note of everything, most things said during the meeting. And by the end of the meeting, I would ask questions based on this and test how well we have all listened. So basically that's it. And I'll come at the end of the meeting to give my report. Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Tim Ayo. That was a brilliant one. And I'm sure that we won't be complacent today and remain with just one use of the word. I've used it like 2 times already. So we're moving on to introduce the table topics master. The table topics master is TM Chinedu Omekuku. I hope I got that pronunciation correctly. TM Chinedu. He is an IT professional who joined Toastmasters in 2018 and enjoys playing chess. He won Best Speaker at our last meeting. Please, a round of applause as we welcome TM Chinedu Omekuku.
Thank you. Thank you, the Toastmasters. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good morning. So we've gotten to a very exciting portion of the Toastmasters meeting, which is the table topic section. And the main objective of this section is to develop our impromptu skills in communication, to be able to think on our feet and to be able to answer unrehearsed questions. We also want to give everybody on this call the opportunity to speak. So this section is both for members and non-members or guests. So for the table topic section, the goal is to develop 4 essential communication skills: your ability to listen, your ability to think, to organize your speech, and to actually deliver and speak. So in line with today's theme for this meeting, keep talking, I will ask a series of questions to engage you to talk for a maximum of 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to talk. The timekeeper will flash a card when you've crossed the 1 minute 30 seconds. And by the 2 minutes mark, when you see the red card, you need to wrap up your speech. I will also encourage you to use the word of the day, complacent. So at the end of your 2 minute speech, I hope you won't be complacent and actually use the word of the day. So that being said, I would want you to volunteer in the chat box for if you want to give a speech or you want to be part of this table topic speech, you can identify your volunteer inbox. We have about 5 questions here, and then you can choose which you want to speak on. So the first person that has volunteered I can see is TM Taye Oloriade. Can you come up, TM Taye? Let's see you on the screen. So while you're doing that, you have 1 to 5. I'd like you to choose one of the questions and then I'll ask the question.
Hi, Temna.
Yeah,
I'll pick
Good morning.
I'll pick question 3.
Question 3. Okay. So question 3 goes thus. We all have people who have inspired us as we grow. Who inspires you and why?
Thank you for that question. I really appreciate it. Like you said, rightly, different people have different sources of inspiration in terms of people that have spurred them to do things that they usually would not have done. For myself, I look to my mom, who particularly has set an example for me as an individual and as a professional, and also as a Christian. The very fact of the very character that she has is something that I aspire to develop in terms of being open to listen to other people, being open to change your thinking, being open to new things. So I'll give you an example of that. So she's a school administrator, and at this point in time, she's a bit elderly, above 60. At this point in time where schools are out of session, she has deep dived into digital technology to learn how to deliver high quality educational instruction to our students. And this is just one of many things that inspire me. So I continuously learn from our work ethic. I continuously learn from our dedication to our craft and to our faith, which is what I consider core to my life also. So if you ask me who inspires me more than anyone, I will point to my mom. Thank you for the opportunity to answer this.
Wow. What a beautiful speech. Thanks, TM Taye Olariade. That was a very good speech there. I'm sure everybody will agree with you that mothers play a very key role in inspiring us because they are our caregivers from a very early stage. And the fact that your mom is a change ambassador is really a good one. So our second volunteer for this table topic section is TM Susan. TM Susan, nice to have you on board. Can you please put on your camera and say hi? Okay, yes.
Hi.
Hi, TM Susan.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you have questions 1, 2, 4, and 5 available. Pick your choice.
Question 2, please.
Question number 2.
Yes.
If you could time travel, what time in your past will you travel to and why? I'll take it again. If you could time travel, what time in your past will you travel to and why? Thanks.
Thank you. If I could time travel, I think I would like to go back to when I was 16. I had just finished from secondary school, and this was a period when my dad was very wealthy. We had cars, had domestic help. Life was beautiful. Whatever we needed, we could buy, we could travel. And as somebody who loves luxury, somebody who loves to relax, somebody who loves to be taken care of, now to me, that is the ideal life. But presently, reality has set in, and now I am my provider, and I have to work hard presently to actually have what I have. So if you ask me to actually travel back, that would be when I was 16. And I hope not to return to now. Thank you very much. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
What a beautiful speech. Wow. If I was to answer the first question, I would choose you to be my inspiration because I think you're just a wonderful person, Susan. And my second wish would be to go back in time to when you were 16. I'm sure you must have had a very sweet 16 birthday party that I would have loved to attend. But anyway, thanks for sharing that with us. It was a very lovely speech.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So I'm still waiting for volunteers in the chat box. Currently, there's nobody volunteering. And if nobody wants to volunteer, then I have the powers to pick somebody randomly. Okay, so I'll just pick someone randomly. TM Judith. Okay, and then next will be TM Pradeep and TM Vote. Anyway, let's start with Pradeep. TM Pradeep, please, can you come up to the virtual lantern, switch on your camera and say hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Presido, good morning. So you have questions 1, 4, and 5. Please.
Let me go for 5.
For 5, okay, good. It really fits your profile. Okay, so I recently conducted a poll on LinkedIn, and I would like to also know your take. Now, the question I asked on LinkedIn was working from home or working from the office. Which will you choose as the MD of an organization? Working from home or working from the office? As the MD of the organization, which will be your preference? Your time starts now.
Thank you, TM Ned. Working from home, working from office. Based on the last few months' experience, my choice, my vote, if I was part of that poll, will definitely and surely go for working from home. Ask me why. If you don't ask me why, I won't tell you. Let me tell you anyway. Why I'll choose working from home is because I've seen the result. I've seen that more has been achieved in that manner, in that method of working from home. The results have shown that the efficiency of the whole team has increased, or productivity has increased. Maybe the reason could be that we are not spending too much of time on commuting up and down, which drains us of our mental energy and takes mental stress to us, maybe because of that. Or maybe you feel comfortable, you feel relaxed. And when you are relaxed, you perform better. Just in the same manner that in a Toastmasters meeting, we learn better because we are relaxed, we are friendly. So maybe in that same analogy, they are at home, they're relaxed, and they're putting in their best, knowing that I need to put in my best so that my boss will allow me to continue from home. So based on the increase in productivity, less stressful life. And now, what is this complete without analysis of finances? The transport expenses saved, whether it's your own car, and then you're now calculating the money spent on fuel, the money spent on the driver, and the money spent on the wear and tear of the tires and the whole car itself, is a lot of saving itself. So yes, working from home through a Zoom network, just the way network we are using for Toastmasters now, that will be my mode of working from home. There are several other platforms. I'm saying Zoom because we are just connected by Zoom. So I need to give that recognition to Zoom as such. So to you, Ned, your poll, my name on your list, working from home. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, TM Pradi. I already knew you wouldn't disappoint us, and I've actually learned something from your table topic talk now. So we are more productive, I agree. We tend to achieve more working from home. It's less stressful, more relaxing, and then we save a lot of money. Very apt. I couldn't agree less. Thank you, TM Pradi, for that. So our next table topic speaker is going to be TM Boke. I don't know if I pronounced that well, but Boke, you volunteered in the chat group. Can you please put on your video, your camera on, and say hi. Hi, Boke.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for volunteering. You have questions 1 and 4 to choose from.
Okay, I'll go with 4.
Question number 4. Okay, question number 4. You have a date night with your spouse or partner or whatever the case may be, and this date night is taking place in your house. You have to come up with a meal that you're going to cook. We would like you to share with us which meal you will prepare and why.
Date night.
So yes, you're going on a date with your partner or your spouse, and it's at your place. You have to prepare something. What will you cook and why? Start
okay.
now.
I'll just go with the simple thing, probably rice and sauce or something. Well, I don't really know much about all this because I'm just 15, so.
Doesn't matter, go on.
Wow. Okay, I'll go with white rice and prepare a sauce to go with it and get some drinks or wine or anything to just suit the occasion, basically.
Okay. Okay, will that be all?
Yes, that's all.
Okay. Are you going to cook? Are you going to order out? Is your father rice or jollof rice? Okay, rice and sauce. Anyway, very good speech. Thank you. Maybe it may not have been the most appropriate question for you, but I think the fact that you volunteered and you actually said something says a lot about your own personality and your confidence to speak in public. Thank you for volunteering. So we have one last question, and nobody has volunteered. TM Jaye Koka, Jaye Ola Koka, do you mind being our last table topic speaker for today?
No, I don't mind.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Can you put on your camera, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, TM Jaye Ola.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
So the question goes thus. Have you ever visited a memorable place, maybe for work or vacation? Share this experience of what makes this place stand out for you.
Okay, can you repeat the question? I should share the experience of what makes the place
stand out for you. What makes it memorable?
Okay.
Thank you.
So once upon a time, when I was in school, I left school, then I schooled in Babcock University. It was the end of school. So my mom felt, you know what, I think you should go out of the country to just relax, because you look really stressed. I was really lean. I lost so much weight. You know, school can be very taxing. So I said, Jai, I think you should relax. So she sent me to Atlanta in the US to relax. And it was really, really interesting. I really enjoyed myself there. From the environment, the feel, we went to different places. We went to one of to like an amusement park. I can't really remember the place. They took me. I entered the amusement park thing. They took me up to the sky, brought me down. I ate different kinds of food. I ate Chinese, Japanese. It was really, really interesting. And to be around family, to see different kind of people, to mix with to see different kind of culture. It was, I saw Chinese, I spoke to them, tried to learn Chinese, tried to learn how to speak in various languages. It was really exciting for me. And I even played golf. For someone like me, I'm a Nigerian, we're used to playing football. I played golf, and I felt really good. And I feel till now, I feel that's one experience I would never forget. I really enjoyed myself. And well, there are also many other places in Nigeria that I could go to, but I really enjoyed myself. And I'm sure if that should reoccur again, and my mom says, you know what, Jai, I think you should go to Atlanta. I'm like, yeah, please, mom, I want to go to Atlanta. Thank you, the Toastmaster, Table Topics Master. I revert control back to you. Bye.
Thank you very, very much, Jayola. Now I feel like visiting Atlanta myself. Can't wait to see the amusement parks, the great food, the cultural mix, and probably play golf also. So thank you for that very beautiful speech. And that will bring us to the end of the table topic section. I would like to thank and congratulate everybody that spoke and contributed during this section, and encourage us to participate more in this section, the general of us to participate more in this section. And before I leave, not to be complacent with the task ahead of me, I would like to also say that I didn't see the use of the word of the day too much, but anyway, it's fine. Now I'll return control to the Toastmaster. Madam Toastmaster, please.
Thank you very much. And I take that with all pleasure. You have done so well, TM Chinedu. Thank you very much. Feedback could be a soul-enriching delicacy when it is served on a tray of mindfulness. Feedback lets us know what we have done well, first of all, and then the lacuna that exists and how we can bridge them. This is an important part of Toastmasters meeting, and it will not be complete without having an evaluator to give a report. To take this is a Toastmaster. He is TM Abubakar Gimba, the Sergeant at Arms of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters. He joined Toastmasters in 2018. He's a project manager. When he's not eating or sleeping, he does some reading. So he will be evaluating the table topics. Please, let's welcome TM Gimba.
Just a moment, Gimba.
Thank you. Thank you very much. TM Julie for that wonderful introduction. Have we voted?
Okay, very well. We have to cast our votes first so that it is not influenced by the evaluation. So our screen is up. Let's kindly vote.
So maybe shall we say in 30 seconds we should start the evaluation? Maybe?
Yes, please. I think you may proceed, TM Abubakar.
Yeah. All right. First of all, I'd like to commend the table topics master. He had an excellent choice of questions. They were thought-provoking and engaging. Thank you very much for that. And I would also like to thank all the volunteers alike and the ones who didn't volunteer. Toastmasters like Toastmaster Pradeep and Jayola. Next time, we would know what to do with you guys. Now, I would like to start with Toastmaster Taye Oloriade. They were asked who inspires them and why. Toastmaster Jai had an interesting opening. He said his mother inspired him. This was relatable. I believe almost each and every one of us can relate to the fact that our mothers are our inspiration. He also added he started with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. So his response transformed into a mini speech, and that was very commendable. Thank you very much, Temtai. What I would have liked you to do better was vocal variety. You had a monotonous speech. If you had increased your volume at times and then decreased at times, you would have had an excellent variety. But all in all, I really appreciate the fact that your speech flowed. There was a flow. It's almost as if you've prepared yourself for this. Thank you very much. Please, let's give him a round of applause. I don't hear applauses. Thank you. Toastmaster Susan. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Susan. You are a wonderful person. I love watching your speeches. This is an excellent example of the kind of power you have when you speak. You repeated the question. I think it awarded you the time to think of your response, which was commendable. You started with, telling us that you wanted to go back in time to when you were 16. It was a bit, well, it was relatable as well for us, but some of us would have wanted to go back further before 16 because then there were no responsibilities for adulthood. But yeah, your response was commendable. If you had better eye contact, because I felt like if we were in a physical meeting, you would be maybe looking up or down. I mean, it's a Zoom meeting, but we would expect you to look at the camera or at least gauge the audience responses. So if you had done that, your speech would have been perfect. But I really love the way you use simple words, emotional words, just to communicate to us that you really missed those days. Thank you very much for your speech, Susan. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you. Thanks.
Toastmaster Pradeep. Now, everyone knows Toastmaster Pradeep is a veteran. I mean, when TM Ned called him, I was scared because how am I going to evaluate TM Pradeep? And as expected, he blew it off the walls. He gave us wonderful advices. He told us working from home is the way to go. I mean, I can relate as well. Even in my organization, we were told that productivity has spiked because we're all working from home. Now, Toastmaster Pradeep had good gestures, good vocal variety, good eye contact. The tonality was on point. However, Toastmaster Pradeep, if you had gone on to talk about the cons of working from home, we're talking about the mental efficacy, the fact that you have to be in one place all the time. the environment. And if you had talked about pros of working in an office as well, you get to see people physically. You get to drive engagement as you are in the office. You're not at home. You're not hiding, because you can work from your underwear if you want. But I mean, this is point of improvement for me. But all in all, I think the speech was wonderful. It had a good opening, good closing, and a very wonderful content. Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Toastmaster Voke, or let me say upcoming Toastmistress Voke, you did well. Actually, upcoming Toastmaster Voke, because I won't call you guest. I know you'll join Toastmasters in the future. You had excellent vocal variety and you had excellent eye contact, even though you didn't speak as much. In table topics, the aim is for you to keep talking. I mean, I understand the question you were asked was not something you could relate to. You could have flipped the question around and you can say something like, okay, maybe my friend, you asked about your spouse, but you could have talked about maybe your best friend or something. But I really felt like if you had continued on with your speech, we would have an excellent table topics. But I think you will be a very good speaker. The very fact that you volunteered and the fact that you are here tells us that you really want to improve. So when the time comes, Toastmasters is open for you. So thank you so much for your efforts. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Wow. Finally, Toastmaster Jayola. Toastmaster Jayola is a very good speaker. He's someone I admire, to be honest. I watch his speeches and I think I want to be like him. Now, Toastmaster Jayola, I don't know why you didn't volunteer. You had to be called upon, but I understand maybe TM Ned knew you were hiding, which is a good thing because it gave us the grace to see you speak. You had an opening. You opened a very good story. You said you went to an amusement park in Atlanta. This was the most wonderful experience you've had, and it's something you want to go back to again. You were so enthusiastic at some point. I thought maybe you were advertising Atlanta to us. Are they giving you commission or something? But I loved the flow of your speech, the excellent choice of words. It was wonderful. What would I have liked you to do better? Toastmaster Jayola, you had a bit of monotonous voice. There was no vocal variety. I would expect you to speak with, something that excited you. So we would have seen something like an excitement, like a surge in your voice, and then but we didn't see that. But it doesn't take away from your speech. But all in all, it was a wonderful speech. Thank you very much. Please let's give him a round of applause, and then let's applaud the speakers once again. It's not easy to speak in table topics. Thank you very much. At this point, I would like to hand over control to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Julie.
Thank you so much, TM Gimba, for that wonderful evaluation. I am sure that those who gave their speeches or who took the table topics will return feeling a lot elated and choosing not to be complacent, but to keep talking. So this brings us to the end of the first segment, and I would like to share this. Life is too short to worry about what people say or think about you. Know that regardless of what you do, people would always talk. So why not decide to take an empowering or progressive decision about your life and then give people something to keep talking about? So as we end this first segment, go on and keep talking. Thank you.
I need 2 minutes break. 2 minutes break.
This is our break, so this is the time to keep talking.
Please, you can turn on your cameras and let's
you can turn on your cameras. Yes.
TM Ned, well done. Abubakar, well done. Very
Thank
good.
you so much. That was really good, though.
Honestly,
camera shy. I'm so camera shy.
I can tell.
Why should you be shy? If you should shy, why should you
Just
shy?
Master Juliet.
Yes, please.
TM Lawrence is related to you, right?
Yes, she is.
She's your daughter.
Yes.
Toastmaster Ned is trying to put her on a spot to explain about a date. Really put her in trouble. She was just looking at the screen like, I don't know about it. Come on. Looking at you like.
Put her on the spot.
Yeah, she looks confused.
She wasn't expecting that. She said she doesn't know the topic. I said, well,
that's the whole point.
That's the point.
That's the whole point. Toastmaster wrote to me, you want her to explain what she would do on a date in front of her mother.
In front of her. Okay, defend yourself.
She did great to have responded.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Well, she did well, actually. The response was...
Yeah, she actually did.
I could have switched it.
Quite commendable.
She was pretty much treading with caution, but it was great.
Yeah. I think so too.
Very interestingly.
Hi, Toastmaster Susan.
That
was so fresh.
Are you serious?
My mommy beats me afterwards, but let me just speak that moment.
Wow. But please, how many of us are putting on black? What happened? Was there a memo?
Putting on black.
Hi, guys.
I mean, I don't know.
Dear Matthew.
Hello. How you doing? Good to see you.
He's the heavyweight speaker. Waiting.
We are all heavyweights, so I'm still a student. I'm in class 1.
But dear Matthew, not by kilogram. Oh, we're talking about by Toastmaster weight. Oh.
Yes, sir.
I'm in class 1, bro.
Break is almost over.
We have TM Ikenna in the house.
Yes, we do. I think it was around.
Yes.
Well done to our young Toast mistress, Tiamvoke. Well done. You did well.
Thank you.
Keep speaking. Keep talking.
Thank
Tiamayo,
you,
hi. How you doing?
I'm good.
Great stuff.
It's been forever.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Are you Zoom wedding? You're so dressed up.
Okay.
It's okay.
Now is the time.
Okay.
Now is the time. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Hello.
Great. Nice to have you back, and I hope you had the opportunity to interact. This is one of the things that we can do anytime you get to any physical event, or even if it's not a physical one. We use this opportunity to interact, to expand our network. That is one of the things that Toastmasters also prepares us for. It's my delight to inform us that we have a dignitary in our midst today, and that is our division director. That's Division F director. He is a distinguished Toastmaster. Please, let's give him a round of applause. That's DTM Oluyemi Adeosun. Thank you. Thank you so much for being in our midst.
Hi, DTM. Welcome you, sir.
We're so delighted to have you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
So now we go to the second segment of the Toastmasters meeting. This segment would give to us an idea of what it means to prepare adequately for a speech. And I am particularly delighted about the person that will be delivering his speech today. This speaker is a heavyweight speaker. He is one that I admire so much. I have had reasons to listen to him over and over again. Interestingly, he will not be breaking an ordinary ice. He says he's breaking the ice, but I think he's about to break an iceberg. He was once the president of this club, that's the Lighthouse Toastmasters Club. He is a sale and corporate executive who has won several Toastmasters awards. He is the past Area 27 director. That would tell you that he is no small fry. He will be evaluated before I call him up. He will be evaluated by a veteran Toastmaster as well, one that I have much respect for. TM Ikenna Chukwujeku. He will be evaluating Toastmaster Matthew Omaka. TM Ikenna joined Toastmasters in 2013. I'm amazed to see how much he has achieved. Somehow, this might just suggest to me that perhaps I have been complacent with the little achievement that I have been able to. You might want to mute the mic first until it's time.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
I'm still reading your profile, so you might want to mute a little while.
Okay.
Tiemi Kenna joined in 2013, just about the same year that I joined Toastmasters, and here's what he has achieved. He was once the VP Public Relations, the VP Education, the president of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters. He is a digital media entrepreneur and investor who loves reading, traveling, and teaching. TM Ikenna, a round of applause to TM Ikenna Chukwujeku as he reads out the objectives of TM Matthew Omaka's speech. TM Ikenna.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Toastmaster Julie. I'm excited to be evaluating Toastmaster Matthew, who, after having delivered over 50 speeches in the normal Toastmaster Competent Communication series, is now starting all over again to deliver on his Toastmaster journey on the Pathways series. Toastmaster Matthew is going to be delivering his icebreaker speech, which is more like what you do when you join Toastmasters for the first time. He'll be speaking on the Dynamic Leadership Series, Level 1, Project 1. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. I'm going to be looking out for clarity from his speech, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, comfort level, and interest in engaging the audience. Toastmaster Matthew, the floor is yours.
Please, a round of applause as we make welcome a veteran Toastmaster, a leader per excellence, Toastmaster Matthew Omaka.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good morning, our able Toastmaster. Now, my name is Matthew Omwaka. Now, you will ask a question that after 50 speeches, what else is there to achieve? It was the 66th American Secretary of State, Condoleezza Rice, that quotes, and I say her quote, she says that there is no point in being somebody that is tagged as former. There is no point wasting time being a former anything. Now, I don't want to be a former Toastmaster. I don't want to be a former excellent speaker. I don't want to be complacent. I want to continually sharpen my saw. And it's on that premise that I'm here today. Very few people know that I studied electrical electronics engineering as a first discipline. My interest in communication and persuasion has pivoted me into sales and marketing. Today, I earn a living from speaking. I pitch solutions and I persuade clients to embrace technology-enabled solutions. My roots is actually from the cosmopolitan northern city, Kaduna. I was born and bred in Kaduna State, the state that most of you know as the capital, the political capital of northern Nigeria. And even though I have an ambivalent mind towards that state today, the thoughts of that state fills my heart with nostalgia. I remember that that state was a blend of different tribes, different religions, and different persuasions. My secondary school education took me to Federal Government College, Mina. And it was in Federal Government College, Mina, that my romance with the English language and words commenced. I recall vividly how me and my friends will browse through the dictionary, trying to pull out words that we will use to craft out love notes for our love interests. It was an exciting time being an energetic youth. When I think back about those times, I wish that Toastmasters was in my school, because most probably Toastmasters experience will have helped me to present my speech to my love interest with power and conviction. The best I could do then was to write love notes and send them. Our world today has been ravaged by the COVID-19 pandemic. Individuals have lost their jobs. Organizations are bleeding. Economies are failing. Now, for us to survive this call, we will have to reinvent ourselves. We will have to unlearn and relearn. Growing up as a young man, I was always restless. In fact, some people thought that it bordered on being reckless. I remember one morning, I woke up in the morning and I was filled with so much depression. And I walked to my boss and said, "Sir, I no longer want to do engineering. I want to move to marketing." That's how I moved from guaranteed pay to a performance-based pay. I recall one morning also, I woke up tired of the liturgy of paid employment. And I walked up to my boss with my resignation letter. And I moved out to start a brand new company. That's how I moved from a steady income to an unsteady income. I also recall one morning, after feelings of love and compassion, I flew to Abuja, and on bended knees, I told the woman I'm married to today that, "Please, will you marry me?" And that's how I moved from being a single man to a married man. I have failed in business. I have failed in relationships and in friendships. The challenges of life have also put me down, times without number. But here am I today, standing before you, giving you a brand new speech from level 1, pathway, starting all over again, and telling you that you can start all over again in life. I have found out that nature uses broken people. It was the foremost televangelist, Vance Howard, that puts it so eloquently that broken grain is what you get bread from. Broken clouds is what you get rains from. Broken bread is what you get strength from. And broken people is what you get giants from. I tell you today, never settle, never give up. Keep pushing the boundaries and make sure you reinvent yourself this season and achieve greatness. The Toastmaster.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Yeah, Matthew.
Well done, mentor.
Well done. Well done.
Proud of you.
Dear Matthew, thank you so much. Profound words there. It was a great one. So interestingly, that's the only prepared speech that we have for today. So I would like to call on everyone. First of all, let us know that Toastmaster is a rounded organization where you improve on all sides. Whether you are delivering a speech or playing a role or not, you have a way of participating and growing with Toastmasters. So one of the ways is to listen to a speech and then you vote. But we would not be voting because we have only one speaker. So I guess I would just call on our team members who will be giving us an idea of how we performed all through. First of all, I think we would have TM Ikenna to give us an evaluation of TM Matthew's speech. TM Ikenna.
Okay. Toastmaster Matthew, I really don't know what to say about your speech because it was an excellent, marvelously delivered speech. If I'm to evaluate you as an icebreaker speech, there really isn't any evaluation to give. But based on the criteria of the speech, which is to look out for clarity, you were very clear. Your message was clear as day for everyone that was listening to you. Your vocal variety was on point. Your eye contact, you are constantly looking towards the camera as you were speaking. Your gestures was on point. Audience awareness, you are speaking based on something that the audience could easily relate to. The comfort level, you were very comfortable. There was no show of anxiety of any sort as you were speaking. And were you interested in engaging the audience as you were speaking? I think so as well. You are very much engaging to the audience as you were listening. I also like some things about your speech. I like the quotes you use where you said an opening quote, there is no point being a former anything. That's really hit a spot. You also went ahead to make some interesting play of words to continually sharpen your sword. You dressed the part where you talked about growing up in the north in Kaduna. That was also commendable. Excellent demonstration of use of words from you. Your story was compelling as well. What could I have wanted you to do better? For an icebreaker speech, there was nothing. It was perfect for an icebreaker speech. But being an excellent speaker already by yourself, I thought your vocal variety could also be improved on because I felt there was some point where it became flat. It was just monotonous. But most of it was also well handled in terms of vocal variety. And that's just about it. Overall, well done, Toastmaster Matthew. I look forward to this new journey of the pathway journey in Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster Julie.
Thank you so much for that evaluation. Thank you.
I'm sure there are lots of lessons to learn from and to take home from TM Umaka's speech. Thank you very much also TM Ikenna for that great evaluation. So I would have to call on my team members to give their own reports. So first on my list would be the timekeeper and the accountant.
Okay, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
For the timing reports, everyone spoke within the time limit allotted to them, except Voke. She didn't meet the lowest time limit allotted to her. Then for the counter reports, TM Taye used the pause filler the most. So what are we going to tell TM Taye?
Don't do that again.
No, all right.
I'll try not to.
Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, TM Shire. So next would be the grammarian and the listening evaluator. TM Iyer.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, for the grammarian report, I think everyone actually tried to speak good for the pronunciation of some words. There were words like, so I'll just run through all of it. Like someone said, develop, complacent, Latin, taxing, interesting, football. So these words, I think they should be develop, complacent, lectern, tasking, interesting, football. And someone also said, I went on the amusement park thing. I think it should be, I went on the amusement park rides, just in case you don't remember the exact ride is, but not thing, because there are lots of things at the amusement park. And okay, also, the commendable use of words. I like the parts where Toastmaster Juliet actually said something about life is too short to worry about what people think about you. It was like a lot of things, and I couldn't get everything down, but I really liked that part. And also, Toastmaster Matthew said, broken grains is what you get bread from, and that's it. So, to the listening evaluation part. Are we ready?
Yeah. We are.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
I hope we have all listened. And the first question is, who said they were inspired by their mom?
TM Taye.
TM Taye.
Beautiful. Okay. If she could time travel, what age did Toastmaster Ijoma say she'd love to travel back to?
16.
Lovely. Okay, on what platform did Toastmaster Pradip say he'd like to work on from home?
Zoom.
Okay, so you were listening. Okay, so which country did Toastmaster Jai say he traveled to?
Atlanta. US.
Atlanta.
USA.
Exactly. I didn't say country. Yes, perfect.
Amusement park.
Okay. Okay. Someone mentioned the sixth American Secretary of State. Who is that person?
Yeah, Matthew.
Matthew.
Who is the 66th?
Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice.
Okay, so I was born at the state of dash.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Someone said it was born. Okay, Toastmaster Matthew in what northern state?
Kaduna.
Okay,
okay, we're almost there. So Toastmaster Matthew talked about the current state of things, and he said to overcome our current situation, we have to dash and dash.
Keep talking.
You people think you'll be listening. I knew this is my joker.
We have to unlearn and relearn.
Unlearn and relearn.
Reinvent.
We have
okay. So
reinvent ourselves.
Which state did Toastmaster Matthew travel to propose to the love of his life?
Abuja.
Lovely. You have all been listening, and that's really wonderful. So with that, I've come to the end of my report and my listening evaluation. Thank you so very much. I had a good time. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. A great team. Thank you for all the reports, and thank you to everyone who participated. This made the meeting really engaging, and it showed that it was so engaging that we listened in and it was relatable. Otherwise, we would not be able to remember some of the tricky questions that our listening evaluator threw at us. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much. Please, would you want to give yourself a round of applause? Everybody, just celebrate yourself today. It was really a great meeting. A So it is my pleasure, like I said from the start, this is the change of God ceremony or meeting, whatever you might want to call it. When there's a beginning of something, it shows that there's the end of that thing, not the players, not the characters, not the persons. So just like Condoleezza Rice said, and that's one of my favorite persons, by the way. Thank you, TM Omaka, for reminding me of her. There's no point in being complacent with being a former. So I know that those that are going to be carrying on the title of being a former, to them, it's going to be an indication of a newer role, a greater responsibility. What's the next assignment for me? But this is just a position they are vacating so that other people can step up. So welcome to the change of God part of this meeting. Permit me to introduce our outgoing president, that's the outgoing president of the Lighthouse Toastmasters Club. He is the immediate past president of our prestigious club, also known as Otumba. He is an insurance broker and entrepreneurship facilitator. He loves badminton, stand-up comedy, and mentoring. Please, a round of applause to address us. Let us invite TM Pradeep Halwani. I hope I got that correctly. A round of applause for our outgoing president.
Thank you, the Toastmaster of the day. Wow. So this morning, when the meeting started, we were in the meeting room and we were just networking and playing around. So they said, immediate past president. I said, I'm not immediate past president. I'm still the president because I haven't handed over to Rotimi. So there was a confusion how to address me. They should address me as president because I have not handed over, or as immediate past president because I'm supposed to be the immediate past president. Anyway, all said and done. When I was offered this role to play the role of the president of the prestigious Lighthouse Toastmasters Club, I was not very sure because of my erratic travel schedules, because of my new branch, Ghana. But then I remembered the words of Sir Richard Branson, which goes like this. By the way, Sir Richard Branson is my mentor. Yeah, so the words of my mentor, and I quote, if somebody offers you an opportunity, but you're not sure about it, what do? You say yes, and then learn how to do it. So that's the words from my mentor. It was ringing in my head. So I took up this responsibility. And then I was told that today I'm going to give a handover speech. So I now asked myself, whom am I handing over to? They said I'm handing over to TM Rotimi. But I never felt like that because as a team, the way we have been working, I've not been in the country for so long in the initial part of the tenure, and how TM Rotimi and the team handled the whole thing. So who am I handing over to? I mean, what am I handing over as such? Because the whole team has been working so synchronously, I mean, in much in addendum, that nobody is complacent about their roles. I mean, nobody says, oh, because this president, I need to ask him this, I need to do this. Everybody was working as a small family in the best interest of the bigger Toastmasters family. So
okay, just pardon me, before you go into your speech, that was an error on my part. I am to introduce someone who will call you up and who will take over the change of God ceremony.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Pradeep, thank you so much for taking that up and for giving us a view into what it was when you played your own role. I really do commend you and appreciate you for that. So to take over this ceremony and to pilot this ship is a distinguished Toastmaster who's present here in our midst and started from the beginning. He was here when the meeting started, had the opportunity to meet with him and have a private chat. He is a distinguished Toastmaster who joined Toastmasters International in 2009. And I was asking myself, where was I? Did I even know about that Toastmaster exists? I didn't know at the time. He is well-traveled. He is a well-traveled Toastmaster who was previously Area 17 director, a club president, a vice president, education at the Eagles Toastmasters, a mentor to the Business School Netherlands Toastmasters and Russell Smith Toastmasters. He also was former committee member of District 97 Electoral Committee. He is also, you might just get ready for this, the tallest Toastmaster in District 94. Please put your hands together and welcome the tallest Toastmaster in District 94, DTM Oluyemi Adeosun. Please a round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Julie, for that eloquent introduction. It's my singular honor and pleasure to be at the change of guard ceremony for two distinguished clubs, Lighthouse Toastmasters Club and Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters. Coming from a club named Eagle, which is truly distinguished and prestigious, a prestigious member knows another prestigious organization. To be honest, to be frank, Lighthouse is indeed prestigious, and we celebrate you on behalf of Division F and all the areas in Division F, and also I bring greetings from the districts, District 94. So I'm standing in for everyone. Typically, this will have been a physical meeting where there will have been a lot of pomp and pageantry with lot of things to eat and drink, music to go with the flow. However, COVID-19 stepped in and then we adapted, we mutated, and here we are today. Thank you so much for having me. I'll go straight to the point and I'll try to ensure we stick to the time allotted to this segment or even less so that we can catch up with some other important areas of our life. Permit me to please recognize and celebrate the outgoing president, Toastmaster Pradip, and also the outgoing president of Lighthouse Prestige, Toastmaster Chineze. You and your team members have done extremely, extremely well. At this juncture, what I would like to do now quickly is to call out the names of the outgoing ESCOs from the two clubs that were having their joint change of guard ceremony. I will start with Lighthouse and call out the ESCOs. President, outgoing, Toastmaster Pradip. Vice President, Education, outgoing, Toastmaster Oluwarotimi. Treasurer, outgoing, Toastmaster Susan. Okay, there's a role here, SAA, outgoing, Olariwaju, Toastmaster Olariwaju. Vice President, membership, outgoing, Toastmaster Samson. VPPR, outgoing, Toastmaster Ibukun Omishore. And outgoing secretary for Lighthouse, Toastmaster Joy Sheyen. Over to the bigger club. You know, when you give back to a club, it's bigger than you. Lighthouse Prestige team. Outgoing president, please celebrate Toastmaster Chineze Stella. Outgoing vice president education, Toastmaster Salif Muhammad. Outgoing vice president membership, Toastmaster Yola Ayotola Olariwaju. Outgoing vice president public relations, Toastmaster Queen. Outgoing secretary, Toastmaster Ifeanyi Omoeke. Outgoing treasurer, Toastmaster Philip Obi. And outgoing SAA, that's Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba. In a virtual world, these distinguished members leaders of our club will be upstanding right now, and we will be applauding them. We will be celebrating them. So if you don't mind, virtually or physically, please let's applaud, let's celebrate the accomplishments, the dedication, contribution of outstanding leaders. Thank you so much. I thank you so much for what you have done for 365 days, 1 year, which officially ended as of June 30, 2020. As the representative of the division and the district combined, by power vested upon me as the Division F Director 2020-2021, you are hereby discharged from all further duties and responsibilities as officers of Lighthouse and Lighthouse Prestige in your outgoing role with immediate effect. Thank you so much. A round of applause once again for this glorious team. We have done a great job. One of the beautiful benefits you get from Toastmasters, which you can also translate to your business or corporate world, is succession planning. These people who have gone forth from these various responsibilities have even been better prepared for bigger roles, both in the club, in their organization, and in the society at large. And I'm also positive that incoming role leaders today have equally been prepared and will discharge their responsibilities without any form of complacency. Thank you so much for what you have done. Also, because we are mindful of time, very conscious of time, we are doing things virtually, which also means we are doing it slightly differently. In a real world, we will have asked all the new ESCOs of the two clubs to stand up in a straight line from the sergeant at arms right on to the president. But virtual reality does not yet afford us the opportunity to do so. However, it is time to take the oath of office, and for the two clubs, have a makeshift gavel here, the gavel of authority. I had to improvise. Pardon me. Now, let's go swiftly to introduction of the new ESCOs. From my hand here, I don't have their names, but fortunately, the offices and the officers know themselves. So at this juncture, what we will do to save time is that I will call two role players concurrently for the two clubs so that simultaneously they'll take the oath. However, I think on second thought, let me call all the role players except the two presidents so that we can even further maximize our time. So please, all the role players from the two clubs, from Vice President Education to Sergeant at Arms, if you don't mind, kindly unmute your mic so that you will take the oath of office along with me. I'm here to install the officers of both Lighthouse and Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and think with creativity. So please, in the spirit, just hold on to the gavel in your mind as we speak right now. And if you have access to a physical gavel, please do so. All right. For all role players, Vice President Education to Sergeant at Arms, please unmute your mic, okay? And say after me that as an ESCO.
As an ESCO.
ESCO.
Please mention the name of your club.
Lighthouse Toastmasters Club.
I promise to discharge my responsibility.
I promise
to discharge my responsibilities
in the capacity of mention your role.
in the capacity of the Vice President of Public Relations.
Toastmasters.
To the best of my knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge.
And to the benefit of all Toastmasters International.
And to the benefit of all Toastmasters International.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Help me God.
Thank you so much. You are hereby sworn in to your office. Congratulations. A round of applause for everyone from Sergeant at Arms to Vice President Education. Now, at this juncture, I would like to invite to the virtual lectern the two presidents. If your video is not on, this is the time for it to be on. All right. Thank you so much for your consideration. I'm trying to help us maximize time. So for the two presidents, you repeat after me concurrently. Of course, when I mention, there are places you mention your name and then your club. All right. So repeat after me. I, Toastmaster, then insert your name.
I, Toastmaster Salif Mohammed.
Having been elected the president of Toastmaster Club.
Having been elected the president.
Having been elected the president of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club.
You are its chief executive officer, and you are expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular and special meetings for your executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It is also your challenge to see that, that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmasters International to meet their goals. Please accept the gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to office. Please reach out your hand and receive it. This gavel is a symbol of the power and the authority given to you by the membership of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Please work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone is proud. Will you, as president, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your abilities? Please say, I will, if you concur.
I will.
I will.
It is now my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters installed into the offices to which they have been elected. In reality, members will be standing right now. However, this is the virtual world. So mentally, please stand up and as we celebrate the two leaders of our two clubs. Let's receive them with
Make some noise.
An applause.
Make some noise. You can take that noise, yes. PM Salif, PM Rotimi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We'd like to, at this point, in reality, we will have gotten the outgone presidents to hand over the badge to them. But again, we are doing it virtually and mentally. We congratulate you on ascension to office, because this is Toastmasters, is a call to service, and you are welcome to add significant value to the legacy, the founding fathers of Lighthouse Toastmasters and Lighthouse Prestige and Toastmasters in Nigeria and Toastmasters International as set before us. So at this juncture, I will call forward the outgoing president of Lighthouse. So he has 2 more minutes. Please, let's receive with warmth and applause Toastmaster Pradeep Pawalawini. as he gives his handover speech.
Thank you, my GTM. Is it possible for me to request TM Chineze to give her own first?
Please, I concur to your request. Toastmaster Chineze, please, you may proceed to give your outgoing speech first.
I actually wanted him to go first because, you know, when he goes first, then I'll just agree with everything he has said.
Ladies first. We are gentlemen.
No problem. So, thank you so much, DTM Oluyemi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone here and then all the people that have supported me and my team during my tenure or during our tenure. So sometime last year, when we took on this journey, I wasn't convinced it was something I would be able to do. But here I am today, handing over to, not necessarily handing over, because like Tim Pradeep said earlier, we have all been working together. So it's like, we're just moving on with time. So it's with great pleasure and much humility that I speak here today as the outgoing president of our great club, Lighthouse Prestigious Masters Club. Trust me, it's been a year long of amazing successes, challenges, and above all, significant learnings. And there's a saying that you're as good as your team. And I must say that I had an amazing team of outstanding individuals who shared in the bigger vision of our esteemed club. So there's so much more that can be achieved, of course, with a united front. And trust me, our club carries a lot of treasure in terms of human resources. And I'm optimistic that with the team we have, with the incoming team, we're changing the face of public speaking and leadership. So my plan, I have a plan, and that plan is the outgoing president, as the outgoing president, is to fully support the incoming executives to ensure that they maximize the available potentials that will take both clubs, I'm speaking about both clubs now because we're sister clubs, that will take both clubs to greater heights. And I'm sure that both teams can achieve that. I cannot talk about the successes of the past tenure without giving accolades to our club members who had strong faith in our leadership from the beginning till with their words. Even the ones that you refer to as new Toastmasters, they were not new. Their ideas, they might have been new to Toastmasters, but their ideas were very valuable in helping us achieve the much that we could achieve. Support of members, we were able to record a lot of achievements, a lot of successes, a lot of collaborations. And I make bold to say that they had the first meeting, which we're all enjoying now. So I would like to thank, I know that there are a lot of people to thank, but I would like to thank especially Toastmaster Ifeanyi Omoike, our immediate past area director, for the hand-holding, for everything. There was a time I almost gave up, but she made sure that I stood tall, and it wasn't as if anything was happening. And I'd also like to thank two very special people, Toastmaster Philip Obi and Kubi Nyanga from Merit Toastmasters Club. They know what they did, and I thank them so much. To my team members, especially Salif, Queen, and Abubakar, when we had our challenges, they stood their ground. Salif came when he came with a breath of fresh air. So I want to say thank you once again. Congratulations to the newly elected executives of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters. I wish you the very best. And of course, a successful tenure, and most importantly, my full support. Sometime last year, we started a new beginning, but a wise man said that every new beginning comes from some other's beginning's end. Our beginning, which we started last year, has come to an end, and now is your new beginning. I wish you all the best. We're here to support you. You have so many resources. You can reach out to anybody, just anybody at any time, and we're here to support you. So congratulations once again. And so with the power that, okay, I don't have the power anymore. Tiaboluyemi has dissolved that. So I now bow out as the outgoing president of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters. I guess from now, I will now be referred to as the immediate past president. So thank you everyone for your support.
Thank you so much, IPP Ineze.
Yes.
3 minutes. Thank you so much.
All right.
Let's move over to the president of the president, Toastmaster Pradeep.
Thank you, my DTM. You made my life a bit easier now. I was confused whether I'm a president or I'm the immediate past president. Now that confusion is clear. So I'm speaking as the immediate past president. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that confusion. And luckily enough, senses prevailed on me to ask TM Chinese to go first. So I'll now use her sense. I'll say, I agree to what she has said. I concur, sorry, let me use the right vocabulary she used. So I concur without being complacent. I concur with TM Chinese Aman 4. You can clap for that. You can clap for that. No problem. No problem. You're allowed. No problem. Okay. This is my speech now. My speech says to the members of both the clubs that please take up leadership roles. Please volunteer for leadership roles. Why? Because business of all businesses is managing people. So when you're part of a committee, when you're part of the EXCO, what are you doing? You're managing people. And that is a skill you need to use if you're an entrepreneur in your business, if you're in a corporate world, you use it in a corporate world. So please take up leadership roles. That doesn't mean it could be only titled roles, which, oh, I'm the VP, I'm this, I'm the, no. You can just take up the roles of assisting anybody, or when called upon, do so. If you remember the Toastmasters promise, this also says that we should take up leadership roles. When called upon to do so, we should take up those roles voluntarily. So that's my first piece of advice to the members in the House who are listening to me here now. And I see among these people who are listening to me, some of them have not joined Toastmasters. Why? What are you waiting for? You heard the speech of my boss, TM Matthew Omaaka. He said, keep talking. That's the theme of today's meeting. Keep talking. So if somebody who has done 50 speeches can start from the icebreaker. Oh, somebody said not icebreaker, iceberg breaker. What are you waiting for? You need to improve your communication skills. You need to improve your leadership skills. Please, you're at the right place. Lighthouse Toastmasters Club, Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club, both clubs are here. I mean, I don't know, what are you waiting for? Which other platform can you get better than this? So please join. And there's a Google form being circulated on the group, on the chat of the Zoom chat platform. Please fill in that form and the team will get in touch with you. Join the team, the Toastmasters. Then, as I was saying earlier, hand over to who? It has been just a journey and we have been working together as such. But I need to mention that there has been an influx of new blood in the team, in the new EXCO team. You should see what results has already started showing. I mean, they have taken steps in the new direction, the way forward, and some of the results are already showing. I'm so happy with this influx of new blood. This word blood reminds me of something. So I want to pass on a message to everybody here. I'm a part of Rotary Club. And among the part of the projects we do, what we do is we have periodical blood donation camps. We collect blood from the donors and we give it to the Red Cross Society and the Lagos State Board of Blood Transfusion Society. What they do is they use that blood for accident victims and all. 1 pint of blood saves 3 lives. I repeat, 1 pint of blood saves 3 lives. But look at the advantage of it. You're not only saving 3 lives, it's also better for you because it improves your health. The way the new EXCO's new blood came in and the whole EXCO changed and it changed for better, same way, when you give blood out and within 24 hours, new blood is being formed, it increases your immune system. I'm not the one saying it. It is a medical fact. You can check it with your medical doctors. You can check it with whoever you think is the authority on the subject matter. My request here is wherever you get chance, please donate blood. I do donate 2, 3, 4 times a year, depending upon my time and my opportunity. I definitely, minimum I do 2 times a year, but I can sometimes go 3 to 4 times a year. And just take note that my blood group is O negative, which is one of the rarest blood group. So God forbid if you hear anybody needing any blood, please call upon me. I'm always a ready volunteer to donate blood. So that's my message, which came to me when I was trying to write my speech about the new blood in the EXCO. That's how the blood and the blood donation came in. So I have concurred with everything what TM Chinese said. I'm already the IPP because DTM has already handed over the baton to TM Rotimi. So I cannot leave the stage. I cannot leave this podium. I cannot leave this electorate by saying a big thank you to everybody. When I say everybody, yes, starting from the EXCO team members who helped me in the whole tenure and we worked fantastically as a team, the EXCO of the Prestige Lighthouse Club, and of course the members, the district officials, and everybody. Me, I'm not going to take any names. No names involved. Everybody. So whether you are listening to me now or you're listening to my recording later, or whether you're on this platform or you're watching it through your YouTube channel because we are live on YouTube, please, I say a big thank you to all of you, and it's being wonderful, and the journey continues. The journey continues. So I'm not going out from anywhere. I'm here. We are here. We are here together. I'm not going nowhere. So thank you, everybody. Do take care. Over to you, my DTM.
Thank you so much, IPP Pradeep, Toastmaster. Thank you so much. It's obvious you are a seasoned administrator. You made sure you thanked everybody, including everybody. Fortunately, my name is everyone, so I can take accolades. Using the same logic for the immediate past president, we are going to apply it to the president. Is no longer incoming, the president. So we will be starting from Lighthouse Prestige. Please, let's receive with joy, gladness of heart, Toastmaster Salif Mohammed, my president.
Presido.
Presido.
Yes, no.
Sam Salif, are you there?
Where is he?
I can see him there, but
yeah, I can see him. I can see him.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Loud
Yes.
and clear. Loud and clear.
You were hailing
Thank you. Thank you.
Presido, yeah, come on.
Yes. I've been thanking you. Thank you so much. Thank you. The district director, district officers, area officers, club officers, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's a great honor, privilege, and thrill to be before you today. I sincerely accept this important role as president of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club. First and foremost, I thank the decision makers as well as fellow members for giving me this opportunity to serve the club. Thank you so much. I would like to acknowledge the immediate past district director, DTM Kayode Yusuf, and the immediate past area director, TM Ifeanyi Omoike, ACG ALB, for doing us proud with their superb performance in the past year. It is a reaffirmation of my previous claim that they are trailblazers. Also, please join me to applaud the outgoing president of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club, TM Chineze, and her team. Thank you, thank you. And her team, thank you, thank you. And her team for their outstanding achievement in the last term. I acknowledge your tortuous journey of success. You were beset with challenges, one of which is the relocation of grade 7 club officers to different states, countries, and continents due to their higher callings. You weathered the storm and brought us from a club that seemingly needed help to a club that continued to retain the enviable President Distinguished Club status. You have shown us that beyond numbers, it is the quality and capacity of the members of a club, coupled with the will to work together and achieve noteworthy success, that is sacrosanct. We step into your shoes with the confidence that you are outgoing officers, together with our club veterans and mentors who have been down this road before us, will continue to lend your views and offer observations or opinions to the new club officers as we begin our work to serve our club and members. Also, I deeply acknowledge the mutual support of our sister club, Lighthouse Toastmasters Club, starting from the president, TM Pradeep, the past president, TM Pradeep Paharwani, to all the members of Lighthouse Toastmasters Club. To my dear prestigious members of Lighthouse Prestige, we can only meet and exceed this bar set by previous leaders with your continued support. I therefore crave your cooperation to help us in this journey. Together, we will provide the opportunity and environment for fun, learning, growth, communication, and leadership for each and every member of Lighthouse Prestige. Together, we will lead the club to achieve and retain the President Distinguished Club status this Toastmasters year, as always. To my dearest team, including in no particular order, TM's Queen, Ayotola, Oluebube, Abubakar, Chinyere, and Ayongbemi. Let us work together towards a resounding success. Let's
I think he's frozen.
I think it's deliberate. He wants us to see the smile.
Awesome. So GTM.
So Master Salif was reeling out the names of his team members. In case you've not had your name, please catch it. You can see that he's still speaking. Thank you so much. We have to move on to the president. We have to move on to the president. Sometimes some people's speech end up being frozen, and that makes it even more memorable and lasting. Now, it is my honor and privilege to welcome to the lectern Toastmaster Rotimi Omotayo.
We hail you, President.
Hi.
Hey. Show your face, so our president. Oh yes.
My president.
Thank you.
Oh God, see the fire.
Thank you. Thank you, my division director. I know we also have our area director here, Toastmaster Francis. Thank you, Toastmaster Francis. Thank you, my immediate past president and the former ESCOs. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And thank you, my club members. I take on this position as the president of the club. And I'm very grateful that I think I count as a privilege and honor to be your president. I intend to work with my team members to ensure that the reason why most of us join Toastmasters comes to fruition. Most of us join Toastmasters either to become better public speakers, to become better communicators, or to become better leaders. And one thing I can assure you of is this. In this club, we are going to achieve that. I remember when I joined Toastmasters, that was in year 2017. I offered myself for leadership role. TM Matthew that gave his speech today, Icebreaker speech, he was the president then. And I walked up to him, I said, TM Matthew, if there's any role in the ESCO, I would like to be a member of that. I'd like to join the ESCO. And when the role of the treasurer came up, he said there's an opening, and I joined. That's how I became a member of the ESCO. And one thing I would like to say to members is this: don't just be a member of the club, because we have many idle members. Sam Padibo also mentioned it. Try as much as possible to participate, no matter how small it is. If you're going to be a role player, be a role player. If you're going to give your speeches, give your speeches. If you don't want to do that, participate, become ESCO members. There are committees you can join. It is in participating that you become better speakers, better leaders. It's a ground that helps you to become a better version of yourself. There is no way you can become a better version without doing it. So public speaking requires you to always participate. So my fellow club members, my ESCO and I would try our possible best that you achieve your purpose for coming or joining Toastmasters. Without wasting too much of our time, I would like to hand over back to my division director.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rotimi. You have spent 3 minutes judiciously. In fact, you spoke at the speed of light. If everyone will indulge me, just for like 30 seconds, if you don't mind, please put on your video. I would like us to take a picture. Please indulge me for 30 seconds. Let's as many people as we can. While we are doing that, I would like to celebrate the area director, Toastmaster Francis. I can see you. I can see you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Francis, you can't hide.
Okay, Toastmaster.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Are you ready with the camera?
Yes, sir.
Cameraman, please let us know when to smile.
Please smile.
Cameraman, let us know when to smile.
Yes, sir.
Please, can someone confirm that the picture has been taken?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Another pose, please.
Another pose.
Okay, 1 second. One more. Done.
At this juncture, least I become overbearing and complacent, I humbly and honorably, respectfully, and over control to the gorgeous, delectable Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Julie. Over to you.
Thank you so much. You know, the way you steered that ship of the change of guard ceremony, you are not overbearing at all. It will give me pleasure to actually sit down and keep listening to you. Thank you so much for making this smooth and making it really engaging, and also helping us to manage the time. You've done that as a true Toastmaster. Please, another round of applause to our division director. This is an unusual meeting. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You see, that's just a sign that he's done so well for the extended clap. Thank you so much. Usually at Toastmasters meeting, we vote for best speakers and best evaluators. The reason is not to stir up a competition amongst us, but to tell us how well we have done and to charge us to beat our own records because we are our best competition. It's an encouragement for us to just keep talking and get better while doing so. But for today, since we had only one speech, one prepared speech, we will not be announcing any winner from that. He won himself. Please, a round of applause to Tia Mamaka. Actually, he is the winner.
Dear Matthew, well done.
Yeah, so that's Dear Matthew. Thank you so much. So we do have a winner from the non-prepared speeches. So those who took the table topics, we have a winner. So let's roll our drums as we encourage the winner of the table topics segment. That is the one who has his mom as his great inspiration. Put your hands together for TM Taye Oloriade.
Wow.
That's your certificate there.
Wow. Nice one.
Thank you so much. That was a great speech you gave. You gave it so well. Congratulations, TM Taye Oloriade. Although he was mentioned in the course of the meeting, I think by TM Rotimi, please let's also formally recognize and appreciate the presence of our Area 18 Director, TM Francis Mukolu, if I got that correctly. Please, a round of applause.
Welcome, TM Francis, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now our job is done here. I want us to continue in the spirit of sportsmanship, do what we have to do to empower humanity, get more resourceful in order to do so. Now my job is done here. I will have to hand over the lectern to our new president, Lighthouse Toastmasters. Put your hands together as we welcome the man who engages in extreme sports, our new president, TM Rotimi Omotayo Benson.
My presido. Presido.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, you did an
your mic.
You did an excellent job. I would like to thank all the role players that participated in today's meeting. Thank you, you did an excellent job. Our time is fast spent, so I'd like us to move on swiftly to where we introduce the guests in our midst. Please, if you're a guest in this meeting, today is your first time of joining this meeting, can you just turn on your camera, unmute your microphone, and tell us your name, how you heard about this meeting, and what you feel about this meeting? Please, the guest in the house.
Whether it's your first time or your second time, so far you're not a Toastmaster, you're a guest. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Judith Onyenso. A nurse midwife. I work with Marigold Hospital. I got invited to this very distinguished meeting by Julie Mobile. I saw a flyer on her WhatsApp and I got interested. So the other last meeting that you had, I think last month, I was supposed to have joined, but I went to work. So I chatted her up and told her I was interested. I wanted to know what Toastmaster was all about, because I said to myself that I have to find a way to grow in areas of communication and speaking. And having said that, I told myself I have to look for a place, I have to place myself where I can grow. And having listened to this meeting, I can tell myself today that Toastmaster is actually a place that I can grow. So the meeting today has been really educative, and I would really love to become a member of Toastmasters Club.
Thank you, Judith. Thank you, Judith. Then please, for the guests in our midst, there is a URL in the chat box. Kindly just fill in your details. You'll be contacted shortly after the meeting.
Okay.
Any other guests in our midst?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Adenike Adeyemi. I was actually invited from a friend, Ekundayo Oluwadamilare, from Otumba Padre. It's really awesome to be here, and I also love cloud. I hope you can all hear me. The network is.
Yes, we can.
All right. Thank you so much. It's really awesome to be here. It's really awesome. It's so educative, incredible, and awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any other guests in our midst?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm Awosoji Eni. I got invited by a friend, that is Nurse Julie Mobo. So I got challenged yesterday because we're having a kind of discussion. So it was this month I decided.
Don't mind turning on your camera.
Oh no, for now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes. So I got challenged with the discussion, everything. I was really so impressed. So I was like, no, I need to join this because with what I'm doing, what I'm into, I needed to improve more in my speech, my communication. And in fact, right now I'm joining right away. So I'm happy I belong to a group like this, and I wish to improve more in this. Thank you.
Thank you. Please don't forget to fill in your details. There's a URL there. So we'll contact you after the meeting.
My Presido,
Yes,
we need to clap. We need to clap for her decision making. She took a good decision on the right time. I think we need to clap for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Any other guest in our midst?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, my name is Deokola. Yeah, I don't know if I should call myself a visitor. Well, I'm not a member, but I've always been visiting. If I can recall, 2014 was the first time I visited, and I won even a table topics speaker for that day. So it's been a while. I can recognize a lot of faces here. So I always come once in a while. But I've not really been chanced to like take on the real task. But hopefully, probably after the COVID-19 ish, I should be able to take that step.
No, dear Kolola, we don't have to wait till after COVID-19.
Okay.
We now have virtual meetings, so you could join, you could start from this.
Okay. I believe I'll have quite a lot of mentors here to take me along the line.
Definitely. That's why we are all here, to learn and grow.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Any other guests in our midst? Let me go through. Any other? Okay, I think without wasting too much time, our time is really fast spent. Same Pradeep. Okay. So, by the powers vested on me, I'd like to. This meeting.
That's our potential Toastmaster, you know that.
Potential Toastmaster. Give him to do the conclusion.
By the powers vested of me, and I hereby adjourn this meeting to Saturday, 18th of July by 11 a.m.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much.
Hello,
Thank you, Tia and Julie.
Thank you
Please,
so
You have
much.
done great.
My
You have done
DTM, thank you so
great.
much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My DTM, my DD.
District Director, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, District Director.
Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ambassador Julie. We brought all the guests.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm trying to learn from TM Pradeep.
Okay. Okay.
TM Francis, my AD, please don't hide. Please let us see your face because some of us, we know you, but some of us would like to see you face to face, eyeball to eyeball.
That's our area director. You need to
Make no shy. No, he must put on his video. He must put on, even if he has not done his hair, he must put on his video.
Thank you.
to have you,
The
Tia
number one
Francis.
Toastmaster
So
in
good to have
Nigeria,
you.
Toastmaster Otumba. I hear you. Thank you
Your
greatly.
video, let me check. I can't see you.
Can you see me now?
I can see you now. I can see you now.
Okay.
So everybody,
Thank you very
that's our
much.
area director. Afterwards, don't tell me, say, I'm going to introduce you to the area director. Oh, my hands are here. My hands are clean.
Feel
See,
free
my
to
hands
reach
are
out to
clean.
me, members of the prestigious Lighthouse Club.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Why are you so gentle?
TM Julie. TM Julie.
Yes, sir.
TM Julie, a good job, well done.
Oh, well done,
Thank you.
Julie.
Great work.
Thank you.
Without a
Thank
doubt.
you so much.
Julie.
It was, I almost declined. I just heard RDJ's voice telling me, Julie, I want you to take as many Toastmasters role as possible. So I had to take it. All right, thank you. It was a great meeting.
Awesome.
Madam President.
All right.
Me, you're still Madam President to me. You none of that former president.
Where's my boss? I hope my boss has not left. Oh,
yes,
my boss, TM Matthew Maka. I hope he's not left me here. Oh, has he left? Oh, it's not fair. Not fair. It's not fair.
Shouting, don't leave me, don't leave me. Now he left.
Don't leave me. He didn't shout now.
Don't leave me. Wisdom, don't leave me.